Fill her up. Glug, 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 glug. Nectar of the gods.
What are you drinking?
Diet Coke. It's an excellent vintage.
I did not know Diet Coke was nectar of the gods.
Well, it's really so the opposite.
Welcome. We're the Grocery Girls.
Hello, I'm Tracie.
I'm eating.
She's Jodi. I'm eating. I'm busy. Don't bug me.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to be with you guys today for episode 33. Right? Isn't that exciting? 1 full year. And 2 days.
32 episodes.
32 episodes, which I don't know, we kind of thought it would be weekly at some point, but I feel like that's pretty good average.
We had committed to one.
You know what? We really did. We really did. We said, let's try that podcast thing today.
Yeah.
We had no idea how do you get a YouTube channel? How do you record? Didn't. We did it on a totally different camera. We're with iPad now, and it used to be, we had your actual camera and it kept shutting off every 20 minutes. And we were like, what are we doing wrong?
Totally. That's all it can do.
Well, so it was, and the sound was terrible.
Everything we put up was backwards.
I have to say, is that backwards? I love that. That's still one of my favorite things.
Oh my God, it's still backwards.
It's still backwards. We don't know what we're doing. And what else that was so funny? I don't know. It was just so much fun. Actually, I felt like I was going to throw up.
Why?
Don't mind us. We're okay with you eating. It's all good.
Are you sure?
You just shoved like a giant.
I know.
No, the first time you went to hit record, I remember my heart was pounding. I don't love pictures. I don't video myself.
I do.
Okay. No. I honestly felt like I was going to throw up. That first day, I thought I was going to throw up, and I remember watching.
It was just you and
I know. And then I remember watching the playback going, we're never putting this out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, never. And what do I know? I'm usually wrong. I wanted the red cup velvet one. Look at this. Oh my God.
I know.
Okay, we have an amazing, everybody's got great cupcake restaurants in town. The one we love is called Fuss here in Edmonton. Fuss.
Let me show you.
Fabulous.
It's sort of, they fell out of the car a little bit. This one is
Not the best picture, but trust me, the taste is out of this world.
I gotta show you guys. And it's a peanut free.
Yeah.
Peanut free bakery. Look at this salted caramel.
Okay, this one is my favorite. This is ganache on top of buttercream, and there's a chocolate cupcake in there.
Is it chocolate buttercream or white?
It's milk chocolate. Milk chocolate buttercream,
cake.
dipped in ganache, chocolate extravaganza.
I'm not taking any more home.
Okay.
Because I'll hide them on my night table and eat them when no one's watching.
You put cake in your night table?
No, but I would. Because these are so good.
I have chocolate in my night table. I don't want to know what you have in your night table.
Oh my God, I got such a funny
Jodi!
story. Should I tell it?
What?
Okay. Oh my God, I don't know if I should tell it. You can always cut it out.
Okay, if this is that bad, if you think it's bad, chances are
It's not really.
it shouldn't be told.
I have a...
Jodi!
Should I tell it and then we can cut it out?
No. Okay.
It's not... Okay. So I have a massager.
Jodi! Already!
Okay. And it was on the bed. And I left the room. And Jordan and Maddie. It was black and...
Jodi!
And then...
Of course it was.
Okay. It's already gone shit in the handbasket.
Okay.
So
I think
I
it's
left
supposed
the
to
room
be PG for YouTube.
and it was on my massager.
Jodi!
And I left the room and the two kids were still watching TV. And Jordan noticed it.
Oh my God.
My older one.
You've traumatized your children.
And kicked it onto the floor so Maddie wouldn't see it.
I'm
And
surprised your dog didn't pick
Maddie's
it up.
like, what was that? And Jordan said, it was my phone. And Maddie said, you got your phone in your hand. And then I came back in the bedroom and didn't notice it on the floor. Like, it's right there on the floor. And then Jordan's friend Mila came in to say goodbye, and I saw her go like this.
Jodi?
It was one of those moments, it's like, it's this giant elephant sitting on the floor that everyone has seen, but no one is going to say anything.
And Maddie's the only one going, what is going on?
I'm not the only one with a massager.
Well, that's for sure.
It was hysterical. I can't.
No, I can't even. I really Like, can't even. I think that has to stay in. I think that's too friggin' funny.
Okay, whatever.
It's totally up to you.
I don't care. Let's keep it real. Like, that stuff happens, but people are too embarrassed to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I would rather people get a laugh out of my massager.
Well, there you go.
Anyway, okay. Should we talk about knitting? Oh no, let's talk about Denver.
Can I just say, there's about 28 gazillion thumbs down happening right down there.
Totally.
See where? Anyway, so funny.
Should we talk? We've only been back a few days.
We had a little holiday. We had a girls' trip.
Yeah,
Sister holiday.
Yeah, we went to visit some friends. Denver is
I've never been to Denver before.
beautiful city. I have not been to Denver either. The weather for the first few days was unbelievable. No coat. You didn't need a coat. Mountains. It's too cool for me.
It was totally. I feel 100.
Yeah.
They said the median age there is like 33.
So we're close.
Which is like, in a couple of
We're
years,
in that bracket.
I'll be there in a couple of years.
Yeah.
No, but the city was beautiful. We'd never been down there before. So we go to visit our friends. Weather was fabulous. We actually treated ourselves and stayed at a hotel, which was very busy hotel. And I don't know if everybody knows, but in Colorado, marijuana is legal. To buy, smoke, do whatever you want to do with it.
Smell it everywhere you go.
A little bit, hey,
Yeah.
which was different. And we were lucky enough to be staying at the hotel at the same time as the Women Who Grow conference.
Yeah.
Hundreds of women from all over.
Yeah.
Our floor of our hotel reeked of pot.
And for someone who doesn't smoke pot anymore.
Should I be?
What?
Yeah. No.
Even people, I mean, it's a very strong,
It is strong.
smell. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. But that was funny. Every time we got in an elevator, people were like, oh, are you here with Women Who Grow?
Okay, so a really funny thing is the cookies.
I know.
Should we talk about the cookies?
Our hotel has a drawer of warm chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Every day. And so you check in and you get a warm chocolate chip cookie. It's very homey and lovely. And we didn't realize it, but apparently you're only supposed to get them when you check in.
Where's that rule written down? I never saw it.
One of the girls at the desk said, did you get your cookie today? Ask for it.
Yeah.
So we asked for cookies every day, twice a day.
We may have asked for 4.
And every night we would order up a carafe of tea. And can you just, swing by the front desk and pick up a couple of those cookies?
And one time the guy forgot, and I sent him back down.
Well,
I need the cookies.
So bad. Anyway, it was a fantastic trip. And we thought, hey, we're going down to the Denver area. We should see if Nicole from Hugh Loco has any time to visit. And it was the most amazing thing.
You said it right. You said it on your Instagram when you know you were going to meet someone who you connected with and you clicked with and you know they're going to be great, but they exceeded.
No, seriously, I felt like we were running across the red, like the second there was no awkwardness, no get to meet you. It was like instant fun and comfortable and friends, and she brought her baby little Sage, and we met Christy that night. So the 5 of us had a fantastic dinner.
We sat and we ate. I will think about that food.
Oh my god, we giggled our asses off the whole night.
Nicole's a little bit inappropriate.
She's fabulous.
I love it
in every single way. And we were in Boulder for dinner at this place called the Med. If you're local, you must go, and if you're lucky, you get Sean as your waiter.
Can we talk about
what? That's got to go.
Okay, no, it doesn't.
There's got to be a beep.
No. Okay, so despite the fact that he was extremely good looking, he was the cutest, friendliest, best. He called us his ladies.
Hey, ladies. Yeah. Can you get my ladies this or get my lady? Well, I'm just old enough and married enough that just, fabulous. Wow, I love it. And he had this beautiful, deep voice. I kept thinking, and we asked him, we're like,
who's Darth Vader's voice?
James Earl Jones.
That.
It was very deep. To me, it was like an amazing DJ, like radio guy voice, or like Barry White. Totally. And meaning, in no disrespect to Sean, who will never ever see this.
No.
So I feel like that's okay.
And then
we started talking about kids, and he's showing us his daughter, and talking about his girlfriend or their family or whatever.
He made the night.
It was, I guess my point is, the night couldn't have been better.
Yeah.
We couldn't have had any more fun.
It was
and
very
I was
sad to go.
very sad to see it end.
Me too.
Everybody's got things to do the next day, so we did have to drive back and all that other stuff. But we had a
We'll
ball.
see her again.
Yes.
We'll
She's
see
got
her
to come
again.
up to Canada.
Yeah.
Host her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was amazing.
That was awesome.
And I love teasing everybody on Instagram and stuff about where we were,
Yeah.
and that was super fun. But it
Because
was,
I also, pardon me, I also don't enjoy a surprise.
you don't enjoy a surprise?
No,
You
I like
don't?
to. I like to be the one surprising people.
I love to be surprising
Yeah.
people. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to be
like surprises.
I don't want to be in the loop. I don't want to be left out of the loop.
I wish I liked that. I wish I was like that more. That I did like surprises and just sort of winging it and whatever.
Yeah.
No, I really prefer to
Plan. I'm
Kind
not
of.
so much a planner.
kind of, but which to me goes against that surprise thing.
I know.
You know.
Okay. Anyway,
Anywho,
Denver was amazing.
I was somewhere and somebody kept saying that. Anywho.
I think you should start saying
Peppering it throughout the conversation to the point you were like, okay, I think I'm over the anywho. I think I'm over the anywho. It could just be whatever.
that. Should we talk yarn?
I would love to talk yarn.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I started the most amazing new shawl. But I'm wondering if we should talk about this first.
Okay.
Because that ties into mine.
It sure does.
Let's do that. I mean, we're a little out of order. It's a bit of a party in our mailbox.
It is a gigantic fiesta flash mob running
Rave.
down your street, like shaking the whole house party in your mailbox. And this,
Tracy had an ugly cry.
I'm not even kidding you. This is so embarrassing. I feel like
I think it's sweet. You're so
I
sensitive.
feel like I've scared Nicole off.
We might have.
We totally did.
Yeah.
And I actually said that to her yesterday. I said, I'm pretty sure I scared you. She said, no. So anyway, Nicole has been inspired by the girl from the grocery store, Shaw,
Yeah.
and created these amazing yarns. And so when we opened them, I bawled like an ugly, like, I love it.
We did. It's so touching that, I mean, we're humbled every single time
Every
someone
day.
thinks of us
Oh my God.
to either collaborate with, or they think of us in ways of how, I mean,
Here's what
into
gets
her business.
me.
What?
If I could have had the talent to do this myself, I feel like she picked exactly the perfect
I know. It's like she knew
colors.
us.
Yes, she does. I feel for sure she does.
Yeah.
So, and I think she did hit the nail on the head for you as well, and that's what hits my heart.
I know.
You know, this is the real deal. This is someone we feel completely connected to, and this pattern I still can't really talk about. And I know. I think, you know how in menopause it's like you have less hormones? I feel like a freaking teenager. Like I've got more,
No, but you're on a hormonal roller coaster.
apparently.
Did that sound like a tongue twister? Hormonal roller coaster.
Hormonal roller.
Okay,
Anyway,
should we show it?
Let's do it, you guys. This is amazing. Go ahead. The sets are called Tightly Knit, and you find them at hughloco.com. They're amazing.
This is, you're seeing correctly. It's that amazing.
Jodi.
So mine is the little sister.
Yeah.
It's a big sister, little sister, 2 sets inspired by Tightly Knit sisters. I'm just reading what the back says.
And that's the other thing, too, that got me. I love the logo. Like, look at the logo.
I know.
Knit stitches with 2 of them are colored red.
I know.
2 sets inspired by 2 tightly knit sisters. So honestly, it couldn't be more personal to us.
So Nicole chose my set to be paired with this tonal charcoal color.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
We have ours on sparkle, but it's also available in our cashmere base. So that's my tonal charcoal gray. How amazing. Look
So
at
that
the
one's
sparkle.
called Glitz Sock. You can get these on Glitz Sock or Spun Sock.
Yeah.
In her shop.
And then this one, you guys look.
Jodi, that blue. And those speckles. Oh my
Guess what I just
God.
painted my office?
That same color.
This same blue.
Can
So
you believe
Nicole couldn't have picked the main color to be, I'm not kidding you. It's like she crawled into our brain.
She totally did.
Oh.
She saw all the good stuff in Mazda. So I want to show you mine. I have not even wound it up yet. Oh my God. Like I cannot even.
It is so beautiful.
This is also Glitz Sock Gold Stellina. Holy moly. Mine is more of
Silvery gray.
a tonal, yeah, kind of that silvery dove gray kind of. Shut the front door. And then she's speckled it with magenta and teal and like kind of a grayish purple, like the purple that I love. And I think there's gray in there with the purple too, right? So when you're on the site and you're looking for colorways, this one's called Big Sister and Jodi's is called Little Sister. I am dying. This is for sure going to be another girl from the grocery store for me. Mm-hmm. Just like a full circle thing for me. And
how amazing is that?
Yeah. So I'm definitely going to do that pattern. The beautiful thing is you can do any 2-color fingering weight shawl pattern. I'm sure that it will not be the last. You know, I'd love to knit with yours too.
So speaking of that, yesterday I should have actually asked you. God, sometimes you're so impulsive, and it's like I'm going to do that, and then you think after.
Sometimes.
No. Very rarely.
If we're keeping it real, it's like, oh my God, trigger finger.
Totally. I ordered this set in cashmere for myself. Well, I should have ordered this set in cashmere for you.
Love it. Well, I can.
You know what I can do? Message Nicole and pay for it, and maybe she can ship together.
Sure. Anyway, so if you are purchasing this, we actually had a request, and I thought it was a great idea. Our girl from the grocery store at Knit Along that's going like now. I was actually just in that thread on Ravelry.
Aren't the shawls beautiful?
Mind blowing. And people are really having fun with the pattern. There's some that are knit with multiple colors.
I do love when people just take it and run with it.
There's one that's 2 blues, and then her lace is a different color. Stunning. So that is originally supposed to end the end of February. We've been asked to extend that so people can purchase this yarn and put their shawls in. So
you asked, you got it.
So at this point, we don't really have an end date for Girl from the Grocery Store.
Probably the end of March-ish.
Sure, whatever.
Somewhere
we can decide, right?
Yeah.
We can decide. All I know is this is worth the wait. So go ahead, order the yarn. You still have time, and knit yourself a Girl from the Grocery Store, right?
Yes.
Or whatever you like. Whatever
and
you
the reason why I didn't knit my Girl from the Grocery Store in this again is because I'm knitting my new version in DK, and I've got the yarn and I can show you. I know it airs on the side of large, but I want it like substantial. Some days can be Arctic here.
Well, and it's just fun to have different styles of shawls in there.
But I could not wait. Like as soon as I got home, I looked through my Ravelry and I found a pattern I'm going to share with you guys that I cast on.
So if you're going to be using this yarn, Nicole actually has a hashtag. And so we're going to put that right here. And it's, believe it is GG Tightly Knit. Yeah. Hashtag GG Tightly Knit. She wants to see, of course, we all want to see what you're knitting with these yarns. And I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to cake it up and cast on.
This is super exciting. So she's got pre-orders in the shop.
Pre-orders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I promise not to cry anymore about that.
Just about that.
Just about that.
We're not promising
no
anything
other promises.
else. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
so that was a thrill. I mean, meeting Nicole was the big thrill. This was...
And how cute was Christy?
Crazy. Christy, oh my God.
I feel like we would be very good friends if we lived close.
Okay, how about this? Little fun fact. Christy watched The Grocery Girls and told Nicole about it. So, Christy, BFFs for life.
They were sweet. I can see the connection there, right? I mean, you meet someone and it was like, yeah, we'll have a coffee and never see each other again. I can see their connection and how...
I want to go back tomorrow. I want to go hang out with these ladies. I want to knit. I want to drink coffee. I just want to hang out. So it was just more than fabulous.
Yeah.
So this is your new work in progress.
Charlotte Bory. Charlotte Bory has a fairly new pattern. It's called Bendy Arrow, and she gifted us the pattern. Why are you doing that?
I'm kind of dying, but that's okay. I'm all good.
Can you be quiet?
Let's talk about your knitting. Don't worry about me.
Okay, so Charlotte also has a podcast, Charlotte and Gus.
I love this podcast.
Aren't they
I love
sweet?
this pattern.
I do love her. So
I'm dying to knit this.
I would have purchased this pattern. Okay, so it just spoke to me. The shape of it spoke to me, and just the different combinations of the different sections where you're changing colors and changing stripes.
We love graphic prints like that. We love bold slashes of color.
We do.
I love it.
I mean, look at that wrapped. I could knit it in the colors that she had there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The only change I made is she was asking you to use fingering weight yarn with a 3.5 millimeter needle.
Okay.
And I know, and I've talked about this before, that I like my shawl in a 4.5 or a 5 using fingering weight.
Yes.
So I just adjusted my needle accordingly, and I'm following it to the letter.
Jodi. Oh my God,
But you know,
it's so pretty.
The only thing, I mean, it's certainly, I mean, you see this.
Why is it not attached?
Why? What's not attached?
To this. Oh, you're done that color? You had to cut?
No, it's attached.
Oh, it is.
I'm
I'm
attached.
sorry. Okay.
So this is my beginning of my bendy arrow.
Okay, look at those speckles.
Look how it knits up.
Oh my God, Jodi.
And I'm loving the fabric. It's not completely gauzy and see-through, but it's not like that tight.
And look at the gold sparkle.
Can you?
No.
No. So this is super fun to knit. And one thing, wow,
I just
yeah,
can't wait
with
for you to
that,
incorporate it all.
I'm
It's gonna
actually,
be so
I'm actually
beautiful.
probably another inch and a half, and I'm ready to.
So I mean,
Just
this
like this.
color, when people see you in person, this is the color of your eyes. It's so flattering on you.
I wear very little color, but when I wear this color, it's the most compliments I get.
It's so flattering.
So one thing that I did want to share with you is I've never done this on a shawl before. So at the end of every row, you slip the last 3 stitches.
3?
Have you ever done that?
No.
So you don't slip the first stitch when you begin. At the end of your knitting row, you slip 3 stitches unknit.
Oh.
And then you turn it around and you knit it. But look what
Oh, it makes an I-cord. That's what you're doing.
it makes this I-cord.
Yes,
Look at this
yes.
edge, you guys. I've never done it before, and I thought, slip 3 stitches.
That is so funny. Okay, well, I've got more to talk about that later. Yeah.
And so I'm just having so much fun. One thing that I noticed as I was
I
knitting
love the edge of that, Jodi.
is I think I forgot, I forgot to slip with the yarn in the front, and so it made a little bleep. But you know what? That gives it character.
You are never going to see that.
No.
When this giant shawl is finished, you're never going to see
And
that.
I was even just the one row above, and I thought, I am not tinking back, or I'm not.
Right.
You know what? It's hand knit.
Absolutely.
So I'm loving this pattern. Bendy Arrow by Charlotte Borey.
Yeah.
And the shape is amazing. Look at that. It's going to be it's going to be so fun.
I love it. And I mean, this is another
do love
one
it.
you could do with multiple colors. If you had ends of certain projects and you just wanted to go wild with your colors.
Well, all these could be minis.
Yeah.
Like you could really have fun with color.
You totally could.
Yeah. Which I love. I can't wait for this finished object.
This is a pattern it's been in my mind percolating that I really want to knit this. So I'm dying to see yours knit up.
Yeah. So that's what I've knit with my
I love it.
little sister.
And you never even thought that. I never even thought, oh, I can just get more yarn. I was like, this has to be.
Yeah.
That's so silly. But
So
of course I can get
what were
more
you going to
yarn.
tell me about the I-cord?
Okay, so I'll talk about my work in progress.
Speaking of
then.
I-cord?
Speaking of never doing an I-cord edge.
Yeah. Have
On a
you?
project.
You have.
No,
What?
not on a shawl.
Oh yeah, me neither.
So I am hot into my snow melt
I haven't seen this in person.
mystery knit along.
How are you loving it?
Okay, can't love it anymore. I cannot love it anymore. And this is, I know people are going to think she has mental issues because I couldn't agree on yarn.
You're funny that way.
But I have to say, I learned a lot about this. So that I did show a selection of yarn last time that was a dark gray, a speckled white and gray, and a really bright fluorescent color. Knowing now what I know that these colors are stacking up with, that would have been awesome. I could have stayed with
Really?
that and been really happy with it. When I cast on, the day that I cast this on, I was not feeling well. I was kind of sick. It was dreary. It was gray.
This is a violin. No, I'm just teasing.
And I just felt like I needed bright. So I cast on 3 kind of crazy bright colors. And I got to row 72, where all the colors were introduced quite a lot. And
That was a lot of knitting.
And I thought to myself, I can't do a third of the shawl in this one color I picked. I love it as an accent, but I don't want a third of my shawl to be the color. So I just kind of ripped it out.
Because if
Do
you
you think that's cheating? Do you think that's mystery knit? I don't think that's cheating.
if you have a color and you've sort of wavering right from the very beginning,
Yeah.
you probably need to make the change, because I actually don't think
Yeah.
you're gonna love it the farther you get.
I don't think so either. And Helen's really great. This is a Helen Stewart Curious Handmade pattern.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, Helen. Do you like our tiaras? She tells you how many meters of each color you're going to need. It's almost an even split.
Yeah.
So I know that there's going to be almost an equal amount of every color that I'm knitting. So I actually changed my colors.
I
These are awesome. Oh my God. I put a picture on Instagram and everybody thought this color was brown. I think that was just my crappy lighting. This is...
Oh, that's right. It's charcoal.
Folsom by Lolo Did It.
I do love
It's her dark tonal gray. Love. And I'm using this purple. Oh my God, it's showing up really well. It's extremely tonal. And this is my first time knitting with fondant fiber. This was a gift, this yarn. I've been kind of hoarding it for something special. And this is it. So I'm very excited about that.
So how did you begin? Tell us your thought process with these colors. Did you start with one and say, okay, this is my anchoring, this is my color, I know what I want?
Okay, this is actually the one I started with.
Okay.
This is Vivid Yarn Studio in her Potion. Excuse me. It's amazing. As soon as this thing came to my front door, I was like, what am I going to make with that? And I actually thought, I don't think socks. I feel like this has got to be a shawl. And it does have black and this bright purple. And really, it was super easy just to put them together.
I feel like these were made to be together.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled with every single one of these. And I'm as soon as I incorporated all three of them, I knew it was like, this is going to be good.
Okay.
Oh, spoiler alert.
We're into the set. I think tomorrow, when this goes up, it's going to be the second clue. So hopefully,
I mean, it's all over Instagram, people. So
here
we go. This is the Snowmelt Mystery.
Spoiler alert!
I'm almost to the end of clue 1. It is a half pie shawl, so it's a true semicircle, like a long flat, and then a. So
now I have to knit this.
Jodi, I knew you were going to love this. It's not too late. So people out there that are thinking, I've never knit a mystery knit along. I encourage you to do it. I'm having so much fun.
You know what I love immediately is the shape, first of all.
Do you?
The shape. And how quickly she's playing the colors with each other.
We love stripes.
We love
This
stripes.
is a pleasure to knit. I have never gone using Helen. Helen does this great, I mean, I'm not going to show you the actual pattern, but you can see that it's row by row. And
I appreciate that, Helen.
It's all numbered. So I've got my little clicker and I'm just clicking row by row. It's really, really easy to keep track of where you are. It couldn't be easier to knit and easier to follow.
Because you know how you get really excited when you've a 3-color shawl and then you're like, when can I put my third or second color in? That you're not waiting.
Bam.
It is in there.
So I'm really only a few rows away from finishing the first clue. But I got distracted by my February socks. So I'll be done this. Totally.
Striped socks.
But I think it's all about loving every single color that you've picked.
See what a difference it was?
So as long as your 3 colors go together and you love every single one equally, because you're going to use lots of them, then I think the mystery knit along is so fun.
This is your first.
This is my first. I'm a mystery knit along virgin.
Not anymore. Bang. So are you feeling like you were going to... What's the matter with you?
Why do we have to go there all the time?
Can you see yourself finishing a clue right around the weekend after?
Oh,
the
yeah.
next
I only
one?
have a few rows. So tonight I'm going to finish this. And then the next clue, I believe, comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to keep up that way. This is my main work in progress.
I am over the moon. Helen.
Isn't it pretty?
Gorgeous.
Like, I'm so excited about it. So we did, we gave away, Helen gave us some patterns. We were lucky enough to be able to give those away. Everybody that got that pattern messaged me back and said, oh, I'm so excited.
I know.
And okay, 2 of these are cashmere. Feel this. It's amazing. So Lauren's
This gray one's cashmere.
This fondant fiber, I actually thought it said clematis, but this is what it says.
I think that's what it says.
Well, I think that last thing is an E, not an A. Anyway.
Clematis. CLEMETIS.
Okay. I mean,
Maybe
it's the
she
perfect,
spelled clematis
It's the
wrong.
perfect purple because, we love clematis.
I got to show this up close a little bit more because I was actually just thinking it was stripes.
This is her Austin base, which is her merino cashmere nylon. And this is Lolo's favorite base, which is her merino cashmere nylon. So, and it's called Folsom. Johnny Cash. This was a Mr. Lolo edition, I believe.
It was.
Yeah.
Well done, Trey. Okay, so I'm hoping you see. So when it was back here, I was thinking, oh, there's just a garter section. You guys, it's not.
No.
Look at it. Look at this section, how you're knitting some stockinette. You're knitting these garter bumps. And then there's this really fun little, I don't know if you can see these little baubles. You probably can't. But then this is stockinette and garter. So
Yeah.
not only are you getting the play on your gorgeous colors you picked, look at all the texture.
Yeah, I love it. And so can you see what I mean by if I kept my other ones, it would have been just okay. As long as you love those colors.
Yeah. No.
But this
You
is...
nailed it.
I have to say, I don't knit with a lot of purple.
This is you nailing it.
Loved it. Anyway, so I'm very, very excited about that. I could knit this.
I know.
Like, I can't wait for the next clue.
I know. That's how I feeling about my shawl down here, although I feel
Yeah.
like I want that.
You totally have to.
I think I might have to cast on another shawl.
I think you should.
I have to.
It's not January. We can cast on whatever we want. And this is in my little bucket, small bucket bag.
Is that new? Have I seen it?
No. Yes. Yes and no. Yes, it's new. No, you haven't seen it.
Okay, got it.
But I bought you the medium one for Christmas. So
This is
the
small.
small.
You guys, medium is big.
I was surprised how big it was.
I have it beside my bed.
Like, it can be storage, it can be multiple whips. This one is perfect for one of those multi-skein. Like, if you're finding your fade, perfect.
It is.
Right?
Because you need something bigger.
Yeah, so I just love this sock. She actually, I'll link her in our show notes. I believe she designs her own fabrics.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful, she's in Canada. I've ordered several of her little
We love
zipper.
Canadian girls.
I use them as travel pouches and stuff, so we'll
yeah,
link
all
them.
your makeup was in those things.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, so
that was exciting. Mystery knit along.
Georgia,
We're podcasting!
be quiet up there.
George, you can come down.
Only if you can crawl across the floor.
Don't listen to Auntie. Don't even start listening to Auntie.
So I think that leaves me to sock talk. I don't have any more whips. Do you?
No, my stuff is that.
Sock talk.
Sock talk. Sock talk. Okay, 1 year of sock talk. That's so exciting.
We should add a flipogram. Can we add that flipogram video?
Yeah, to what?
I don't know, to our video at the end.
Yeah.
Because it was a screenshot of at some point in every one of our videos.
A sock talk?
Not sock talk, but just in general. Remember that one I put on Instagram?
Oh, I can add that. Sure. I think I just have to take the music out because it's like copyrighted music.
Because it's awesome.
I know. It's my favorite part.
Okay, so you guys,
This is so exciting.
so you all remember Banana Hammock, but Nicole named it Banana Hammock.
Nicole already thought of banana hammock. She said she had another older color. People started messaging her saying, I love this banana hammock.
And she's like, is
She
it
was like-
Banana who?
But that's such an old color. Where are you even seeing that?
I thought that was hysterical. Thank you out there for
Yeah.
giving her a Razzie.
Totally.
So I don't know if this is blowing out any, but it is. Remember how half the skein was speckled with a really creamy background and then half was yellow? Just
Okay, it makes the cutest socks.
okay. So I'm going to do it like this so we can see. Look at it.
Look how pretty that is. I love your contrast color.
And I think you can see the sort of the contrast. If it was a bigger contrast, not the cream and the yellow, you would see more of a micro stripe.
But all the speckles are in
But look
those
at
stripes, which is so
those.
cute.
And then I added a little bit of a lilac trim and a lilac. If I could bend my leg up here, I'd put it on, but I.
Don't even ask her because she'll
wanna.
try.
So look at those. I finished some shorties.
Those are so fun.
And I used my own recipe. I'll just quickly tell you, I knit about between 17 and 20 rounds, however I'm feeling of ribbing,
Right.
2x2 ribbing. And then I knit about 15 straight stockinette rounds. Well, actually, I knit 2 or 3 inches, and then I would say about 15 stockinette rounds down as I inserted a Susan B. Anderson heel from her Smooth Operator socks.
And we have a video of that. So I'm going to put the video here of you
Oh,
cutting in your
yeah. I
heel.
forgot
Because you were
about
going to
that.
cut it in. And I was like, wait, let me get my phone.
Yeah.
So we videotaped that because just to show you how easy and simple it is.
It's my favorite part.
And that was just the way of picking up your stitches. And then you followed Smooth Operator for the rest.
Yeah. did Susan's original version of her toe decreases, which actually, minus the first little step of this heel, is the exact same, you guys.
Right.
Like, these are the exact same.
An afterthought heel is basically a toe.
It is. You just had to add a couple of rounds in.
Super easy. And people were asking us, what's your favorite sock pattern? You know, I'm a new sock knitter. Which way should I go? And I feel like Smooth Operator is a really great first sock part. It's fabulous pattern, but also for all the pictures and tutorials Susan gives you.
She's so good at that.
She holds you by the hand and says, here's how you do it, whether you want to do it on double pointed needles or you want to do it on magic loop. I've gotcha. Let's just do it whichever way you want. It's amazing.
And don't you think, doesn't she have my first sock pattern too? Mm-hmm. That might be a good one for people just to sort of get a construction method.
Yeah.
About how a sock is constructed. That might be a good choice too. And then I just use a little Lolo.
Is that what that is?
Violet Beauregard.
Oh, it's pretty.
Anyway, these were so fun. I had fun.
Jodi, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, that's my sock top.
Gorgeous. Okay, so I love it. Okay, I will show you I have a Hue Loco sock too.
You do?
I do. This was my Christmas Eve cast on.
Oh, look how far you got.
And you and I were on the airplane and I was knitting it. I really am in sort of a weird spot right now. I'm just picking up the stitches for the gusset. Mm-hmm. But this is Nicole's, again, on her Glitz base. I don't know if you can see the stellina there.
Oh my God. So it's a natural with the most beautiful speckles.
Okay, these speckles are unbelievable. It's teal and kind of a dark raspberry and a gold and green and
chartreuse.
I love it. So this is her Eskimo colorway, which is so pretty.
You guys.
And I cast on the Vintage Fairy Light sock by, again, Helen Stewart. I'm knitting all Helen all day.
This is an homage to Helen episode.
That's
Helen
right.
and Nicole.
So, I've done the Fairy Light textured stitch up here, and then it's a ribbed sock. So really, the rest of it is going to be a ribbed sock on top and stockinette on the bottom. But that's what my heel flap looks like. It's not terribly exciting at this point, and it's hard to show you, but that's one sock I've been working on.
Gosh, that's pretty.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then I did have a finished sock. I got a hoe, just like you.
You do?
I got a hoe. I should have had it on a sock blocker or whatever. This is...
Oh my gosh.
Come on, right?
Look how it did this sort of crazy sort of spiral
kind
down.
of giant pooling or striping or whatever you want to call it.
But the pooling is very...
regular.
Regular
Yeah.
there.
So this is Lolo Did It's January color of the month.
Did she ever?
Mm-hmm. They were doing it. This is called Grease. And there was no question whether or not I was getting the Grease colorway. My daughter has been Frenchie 4 times for Halloween.
She's a fanatic.
I've sewed poodle skirts and all that stuff. So we love Grease in our family. And so she likes a shorty sock. So I did a 1x1 rib and a slip stitch heel flap.
So what makes you stop and pause at your heel and think, what am I going to do? For Georgia, do you know the slip stitch is better for her?
Yeah, and you know what? I love a heel flap and gusset.
I do too.
And I guess I just felt like knitting a heel flap and gusset. It was nothing other than that.
Okay.
No, nothing other than that. So, and I did sort of a 3x1 rib on top, so it gives her a little bit of flex, but this is it on the stockinette too. I think the speckles are gorgeous. This is the mini, custom mini skein that came with it. It's called Summer Nights, and it's this really cool purple.
Isn't it grapey?
It's so pretty. It's really, really lovely. It's kind of muted.
What's it called?
Summer Nights.
It could be called What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
I do believe it's available in her shop as one of her signature, tonals or whatever she calls them. So, Georgia's got one sock done.
Georgia, are you trying to sneak by without saying hi, Auntie?
Maybe.
And so, yeah, I'm going to be casting on the other bad boy for this because I don't want her to have to wait forever. This is how far I've gotten.
Nailed it. You were almost done.
I'm on it, people. So we're actually splitting this. We're each going to have Grease socks because we both really loved it. And this is in my Mrs. Brown's bag in the Jazz colorway. It's this tiny little sock sack that you made me, and I love it. This is in my purse all the time. It's the perfect size.
Can I say that I love that?
Of course you can. You can say
I
it.
do. I'm crazy about that.
Okay, it's fabulous. I can't even tell you how fabulous it is. I love it. And that's a yarn ink colorway jazz. That literally,
Our girl Alicia.
I love it so much. You know, say when your kids, why didn't you marry it? Well, I totally would.
I would.
With jazz.
Yeah.
And I got a little pin. Do you see that? When we were in Denver. What does
Oh,
a
I got pins.
What does a knitter do as soon as you know you're going somewhere? Google yarn stores. Hello.
Yeah, Tracy had, and their knit nights here, and they're open till this then.
And we went to their knit night. So it was
did.
really, really fun. We had a fancy Tiger Crafts.
Okay.
It's fabulous.
25 plus people.
Okay,
I've never been to a knit
It
night
was
like
like
that.
a knit mob.
Not
a
one
knit
person
night.
talked to us.
When we were talking to me,
I know, I'm just kidding.
It was really-
really neat to
it was
see
fun.
everybody's projects.
Yeah.
You know, for them, you know, you ask them what you're working on, and
super nosy. This guy next to Jodi was crocheting, a brand new crocheter.
he was concentrating.
adorable little hipster crocheter, right?
Isn't that all
what?
hipsters?
Yeah, we were.
The
That's why
old
nobody.
ladies- the old lady sections
That's
in
why
the
nobody
back.
talked to us.
Well,
Did you hear
I-
those old Canadians. I hope they leave soon.
Well, I'm 45, and I think I'm 25 to
Oh my God,
28.
I don't know how that happened.
So then I'm
Yes.
thinking, I sit down and like I'm one of you people.
like, hey, what are you knitting?
Totally.
Who are you?
Let's go for a drink.
Talk to me.
Anyway, it was fun. What a beautiful shop that is.
Okay, Fancy Tiger Crafts, beautiful. It's gigantic, and actually, you know what? I have some pictures and a little video, so I'll put that in here. Major yarn squishing session. I bought yarn for a project, and I'll show you that later.
She was a yarn whore.
I should probably.
I've been called worse.
I should probably get that tattooed because it's totally true.
Here's your sock.
Okay, and I have one more quick sock because
Oh my God! Speaking of sock,
it's Sock Bash 2017,
I know.
people. January is done, and we actually have a winner for January.
I love it.
I drew a winner.
There's so many gorgeous socks, and I love how people. If you can live with your truth about what that yarn means for January, we're all over that.
I just want to hear what you think. I don't even care.
I know.
Either way, I just love it. So if you are Debbie J. Jackson, you're the winner. Debbie! You've won January Sock Bash. So get in touch with us.
What has she won?
I'll give you a few days. She has won a fabulous package. I believe we will be sending her.
Not a really crappy package.
Will be.
What?
I don't want to say because I think a surprise is the best thing.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Debbie, you're gonna love it. Let's just say that.
Congratulations.
And we have 3 prize of sock patterns that we drew from the chatter thread. So Evie Hooker, Evie in Ireland, Alberta born, who is Shay from right here in Edmonton. Hi Shay. And
Is she a girl or a boy?
a girl. And Knitsy Pearlsy, who is Cheryl from New Hampshire. I'm going to be ear burning all you guys on Ravelry because you've won sock patterns.
Isn't that
Thank
funny?
you for joining in the chatter thread.
All over the world.
January Sock Bash. We had 774 finished sock pairs in 1 month.
Well done, sockers.
Amazing. Let's
Yeah.
do more in February.
Let's break that. Every month, let's have more.
So February's on, and this is my cast on. Stripes. How cute is that? I feel like this is kind of Valentine-y, which is sort of what I'm going for in February. It's also my wedding anniversary month, so love, pink, whatever.
She's been married 34 years.
I am 112 years old.
Okay, you know what you're really good at amongst lots of things? You're very fun at picking contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs.
Do you think so? This is
do.
very boring, but I love
do.
it. My contrast for the cuff is Sweet Georgia Sock Glitterati.
Everyone needs this color in their stash.
It's called Birch.
Wazzy, you're killing me.
I know. Go away, Waz.
Do you want to eat my cupcake
Wazzy.
paper?
Oh, Jodi.
No, you can't really. Oh my God.
Don't. He will totally eat anything. Actually, this I don't. You have to go to Sweet Georgia's website. I'm not sure that they have this base anymore.
What is this space?
This is Glitterati sock. So it is merino nylon silk.
It's beautiful.
It's really, really nice.
I have some of that.
So this was the first. Can we see that? Can
Yes.
you see the glitter? Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, check it out. So I have a skein of this in birch, and I have one in silver, the gray, and I just like putting it with all kinds of stuff. That's what this is on top. And then my other yarn, my stripy yarn. Oh come on, a ball of striped
Is
yarn.
that?
I've actually had this in my stash for ages.
Years?
I think so. Yes. And this is a Canadian yarn called Scrumptious Pearl.
She does beautiful self.
And this is her Tiny Dancer colorway, which you can still get. She's on
Yeah.
Etsy. We'll link
Yeah.
her up for you. You'll love it. It's an 80/20. It feels amazing.
Isn't that plump?
Yeah.
Oh.
It feels amazing.
Can I see your swatch, please?
It's a sock. It's not a swatch.
I know. But look, isn't that a beautifully dense fabric?
Isn't that nice?
Those are going to be gorgeous socks, you guys. Look at Tracie's. She's such an even knitter.
Your sock looks exactly the same.
No, I know, but still not exactly. But
okay, I knew I had it. So this is her Stripe Me Up base, 80% merino, superwash merino, 20% nylon. Scrumptiouspearl.com. And she is on Etsy as well. And I wound off a little bit of stripes because I'm going to do my heel in a stripe. It's going to be my cuff and toes in white, and the heel will be cut in and stripey like that.
How long are you making them?
This is 2 color repeats. I would think another 2 color repeats, and then I've got a heel. Yeah.
I do love that.
Isn't that pretty? I would buy this again tomorrow. I don't know why I haven't knit it. This is so me.
You know, on Instagram, I saw today, guess who's coming to Ann Bud's Knit for Fun retreat?
Which we haven't really talked about.
In November.
Which we haven't really talked about since we registered.
The Cozy Knitter.
I know. Diane?
Did we know from the beginning
No.
she was coming?
No,
I
we did
just
not.
found out today.
Me too.
So did she get a waiting list spot? Because I know they opened. You said they maxed out at 90.
I don't know what their numbers were or what they were going for, but
They sold that out
I think so.
and then opened it up for more spots.
I think they might have.
Oh my gosh.
All I know is we were thrilled to register to this event, amazing event that's coming. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, I love it, but unfortunately, I think it is sold out.
Yeah. Well, we would just like to let everyone know that Ann Bud does these retreats because there are a couple of retreats coming up this year that are not sold out.
Totally. I think you should go check out Anne's site.
AnnBud.com.
She's got an amazing one coming up in Maine. I would love to be going to. So, and she's always got them on the go. She's got a couple more coming up this year as well as the one coming to Edmonton.
Yeah.
We're super excited because she's going to come to our hometown. And we're just going to knit our brains out. We have purchased the whole weekend. So we're going to stay at the hotel. We've got tons of classes. We are dying to meet everybody that's coming. And yes, Christina from Toronto, who is the Cozy Knitter, and has her own podcast called Dye Another Day with her friend Amanda.
Yeah, I know.
The Yarn Enabler.
It made me think because she also another dyer that does stripes so amazingly well.
Right. So she's another Canadian stripe artist. Yes.
Yeah, the Cozy Knitter. If you're
Cozy
looking
Knitter.
for gorgeous stripes, look no further.
That's right. So that was Sock Talk for me.
God, can you be a hoggy?
My throat's killing me.
Stop talking and I'll take over for a minute.
Jody, you do that.
Okay, so I have a bit of stash enhancement. As you do. Did something knock on the floor?
Yeah.
Actually, when we were setting up podcast, I had put my sparkling lime in and I knocked it over.
Not like the
save the
everywhere.
yarn. It was not save the phone or save the yarn.
Totally.
And, yeah. Quickly.
Totally. But it's only water, so it doesn't matter.
I have a pillowcase I wanted to show you that my daughter made. I actually brought 2 different sizes, and I used that to soap up the water because I didn't want to wreck the
It's
yarn.
washable.
It's washable. Okay, so stash enhancement. I've been really good, and not because I told myself I needed to not buy yarn, but I'm just being a little more selective on what I purchase.
It's not a good bad thing.
Right. It's what it is.
I don't think it needs to be justified. And I don't even know why I didn't buy this myself. I will have to buy it in the future.
Yeah, what was wrong with you?
This is knock your socks off.
This
What?
needs this. So I'm going to show you some Yarn Ink yarn, and this was a set that she was also inspired from the girl from the grocery store. So she had some of these for sale, and I don't believe she has them anymore. But what I wanted to show you, and I hope you guys agree when I show you, I think Alicia should put these as signature colors. I don't know what determines a signature color for her, and I feel like I might be her manager now.
I feel like Alicia's my yarn pimp.
Yeah.
One of my yarn
Yeah,
pimps.
and one of these specifically should be. Oh, no, they both should.
Let's just show everybody because it's so amazing.
I'm the same way. I'm like, okay, show it already. Stop
totally.
talking
Stop
about
talking about it. We just want to see the yarn. Oh my God.
So you're looking at a set that she's put together, and this is called Fringe.
Oh my God.
It might be showing a type. It is the most gorgeous denim blue.
It's like indigo, right? Would you call that
Yes,
indigo?
I would.
Yeah.
And then this is called Smitten, and both of these are on her 75-25 base. But I want you guys to see the
Look
speckles.
at
in
those
them.
speckles.
So you can see why as soon as I saw this set, I lucked out and saw an Instagram post that there was a couple left. Otherwise, 20 minutes later, I wouldn't have gotten these.
I have a feeling this is going to be incredibly popular.
I feel like it's reminiscent of her flamingo base, but really delicate.
Oh, it's just got,
Do you
and
know?
it's got way more colors, right? Like it's got the pink. It's also got a beautiful gold.
I know.
And lots of that indigo. I mean, flamingo is black, right?
Yeah.
Black and pink and yellow.
Yeah, and then this one has the indigo blue
Which
color.
I think flamingo's been really popular. So I love, and to me, the name Smitten is the perfect name. I am completely smitten with that color.
So Alicia, I hope a ton of people message you and ask for this colorway that you'll put it in your shop.
Home run.
I would be a returning customer.
Home run.
Yeah, nailed it.
That's another one I look at Smitten and I think I want a sweater in that. Right?
Because wouldn't that go with everything?
Oh my God, I love it. I just love the colors. That looks beautiful on camera.
It really does. I'm going to show it one more time. I hope you don't get bored.
Who could get bored of that?
Yarn porn.
Totally. Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
So that was really fun.
I love it.
Let's go back and forth. You go.
Okay, so after Christmas, when I was trying to find shawl combinations, I realized I had tons of gorgeous speckles and tons of pink yarn. I have tons of pink yarn. I have tons of gray yarn. And I felt like there was some areas that I really didn't have that color that I was looking for.
Yeah.
So I went to lolodidit.com and I ordered some colors that I felt like could go with lots of other things that I didn't have. This one is
I need this
what?
one.
It's called Princess Peach.
Well, we're huge Mario fans. So I love that. I love her reference.
I know. So I love it. I think it's really delicate, but it's also going to look super cool with, it's almost a neutral. It will go with everything.
It is the most prettiest.
Everything. And it's, right? I love it.
It's so tonal, Trace.
I know. And we were talking about Hello Gorgeous last time. And I said to you, oh, I've got that coming on a full skein. It's kind of a lavender, smoky lavender, grayish pink. It's very unique. Bam. Fits.
See? Okay, this is amazing.
I know. It's another color I feel like
It's
it
so
would be
delicate.
an amazing sweater.
Yeah.
So these colors all together don't really have much rhyme
I'm
or
surprised
reason.
I didn't think of you as a minty girl.
Well, this one, okay, look at these ones. These are different.
Oh, yes, they are.
This one's more green, and this one is the aqua,
Yeah.
like Tiffany blue kind of.
I do love that.
This one's called Shaboom. It's been very popular. I mean, she's amazing with
Yeah.
her colors.
I think I've had a mini of
That
that.
Lolo, I mean, how lucky, right? They wake up every day and they get to dye yarn all day long. And they're unbelievable.
Dream job.
I'm just so always over the moon with my colors. And this one is totally minty green. And I see everybody knitting with this color. I didn't think I liked this color either.
Okay, Lauren has done a beautiful mint green. It's not for me. I am so far, but this has a little hints
That's
of that,
more
doesn't
blue.
it?
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, you see them down here and you're like, oh, they're not completely different.
There's more yellow in this one, right? Because for green, it was blue and yellow.
Are you pretending we're
What the
dyers
hell?
now?
We don't know what we're talking about. This is definitely more green. It's called Julep, and I love it.
It is so pretty.
I don't know that it's a color I would knit with all the time, but I love, it's going to be something springy and summery and fresh.
But I feel like these are essentials to have in your stash.
Yeah.
Because when you need a little bit of something, like you adding on your sock or,
yeah.
you know, you need a little blip for something here or
And
there.
she has the most amazing selection of grays.
Did you get all the same base?
Yes, I think so. Everyday sock is what I got. This is her 75-25 everyday sock.
Oh,
which
this
I
is
love.
plush sock. This is cashmere.
Oh, no, not plush. It's not it's got the tencel in it.
Oh, so it's
It feels like cashmere.
it's so soft.
It's very plump, that one.
So why would she carry two bases?
Well, she's got more than two. She's got
No, but
her-
why would she carry two bases that are merino nylon?
Well, this one's got tencel, which is sort of like, it makes it feel like it's more of a cashmere type yarn, but it's more affordable than cashmere, actual cashmere.
Is it ever? Yeah, I can feel.
So
I
you
mean,
save some money
Yeah.
if you want the feel of a cashmere type yarn. You save money buying that one, but you get that feeling.
Yeah.
It was one of her newer bases, and she's
beautiful.
really, I'm loving knitting with it, and she's really loving knitting with it too.
I love both of these.
So she's got amazing grays, and I picked one that I don't have. This one's called Angry Rhino. Okay, it's so hard to pick.
You could get one of everything.
And so I
really.
did not get one speckle. I got just Lolo
Was that hard?
tonals. Well, kind of, but I was like, I have that one. I have that one. I've got a lovely Lolo stash.
What's the blue one I want really bad? With the yellow and the white and... You know what I'm talking about?
Droids?
No. It's hers. Did she have something named Droids?
Yeah. It's brand new.
Okay, so...
Honeydukes is the one that I gave you for Christmas, and it's like, what?
Did I bring that to show? I think I did.
I need a Honeydukes. But first I have to knit some of my other ones, but love the Honeydukes.
So, Lauren and Trey, I mean, we've gushed about them before.
Yeah.
They just, when they do it right.
Well,
Don't they?
yeah.
Here. Oh my God, that's so gorgeous.
You
Okay.
yarn dyers. We're fangirling
I'll
all
show
over you.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
What's that one called?
Don't Stop Believing.
Oh, yeah.
I need to knit something out of this. Look at that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I just think wound up. Wait till you wind it up,
Yeah.
and then it's going to be this speckly gorgeous. See, and that's my aqua.
Yeah.
Just in a stronger strength.
Yes. Beautiful.
Shawl goals.
Shawl goals. I'm really loving the tiara.
So
I think I should wear
let's
this all the
stay
time.
with yarn ink.
Okay.
Okay, so I feel like I talked about this, but I don't think I did because I got it the week before we went to Denver and we didn't podcast.
Okay.
And really, is it that bad if I did?
We love it when you flash yarn, even if we've seen it before.
Okay.
Which I don't think we have.
No, so I was talking about earlier that I wanted to knit my next girl from the grocery store shawl in DK.
Right.
And I specifically chose this. I went looking for yarn to knit that
That's
shawl.
beautiful.
And I knew that in recent months, Alicia has gone to her signature colorways, which lets you order the colorway on the base that you want.
Right.
And so I did that. I ordered DK. I ordered 2 of each, and I couldn't be more thrilled.
Okay, but this is fingering.
I know.
You just have it in DK at home?
You gave me this. Do I have a fingering, or you gave me one?
I don't know.
Anyway, pretend it's DK.
This is flamingo from your yarn kit, so
I
the
know,
bag kit.
but I never had one.
Oh,
So
well,
this
maybe
is called her slate colorway, and this is in DK. And pretend that this is
you
DK.
have that in DK.
I ordered
Love.
the set in DK. I
Love.
ordered 2 of each. So flamingo and slate in DK.
That's going to be unbelievable.
Won't that be pretty? Because if you
Unbelievable.
looked closer, she has some black speckling or some charcoaly speckles that sort of, as they disperse, sort of really mimic this, lighter silvery tonal
Yeah.
color. I think it's just going to be great.
Well, and I think pink and gray is a match made in heaven. I really, really do.
Look at this, you guys. Wait till you skein that up.
Totally.
Or ball it up.
Totally.
Okay.
Okay, so when we were away, we went to Fancy Tiger Crafts. Fabulous, had a great time. And I purchased yarn for this shawl right here by Shannon Cook for our BFF knit along, which is chugging along amazingly well.
Yeah.
We've got tons and tons of finished objects. It goes till the end of March. So get knitting your
Tons of time.
your Shannon Cook Jane Richmond patterns because that's a super fun knit along. And so I'm going to do this Amberley shawl, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I love it. And I picked up some Madeline Tosh
This color.
DK. This one's called Pendleton Red.
I hope it's short. It's a
And
really
it's
burnt.
definitely, it's an orangey red.
What is the dog doing over there?
What is he doing?
Does he rub himself around everywhere?
Ozzy.
It just sounds like he. Sorry, interrupt. Okay.
Hope he's not doing anything weird. There
No.
he is. Doesn't look guilty. And so the body of the shawl I'm going to do in this. And then this one is called Filtered Light. And the bottom of the shawl will be done in this speckly.
That reminds me of Fair Isle in a much lighter speckled version.
Modern Fair Isle,
Modern
right?
Fair Isle.
So it's creamy, but you do get the breakup of these speckles.
I love how it's barely speckled.
Yeah. And I think as you knit it, you're going to see more, right?
Oh, Tracy, that's gonna. I mean,
There's quite a lot of blue.
Yeah.
That's a blue, like an indigo
Red is so
color.
good for you.
And so this is going to be like a heavier shawl. It's gigantic.
Is this
It's
DK?
beautiful. Yeah. So I just checked the needle size that they use on the pattern. The pattern actually calls for like a worsted, but the needle size that they're knitting it on, I'm very comfortable knitting DK yarn on.
And that's the nice thing about shawls. It's
So I'm
not
going to knit it as written.
Yeah. It's not a fitted size project, right?
Right. And I just love the squish. I mean, I love knitting with merino.
I'm a big Madeline Tosh fan.
Yeah. So this was fun. So instead of buying a bunch of single skein, I had an armful of single skeins of yarn.
She did.
And I just thought, you know what? I think I'm just going to buy a project's worth.
Yeah.
I just got a text from my phone provider. Like,
you're eligible to receive $100.
Upgrade your phone. Anyway, so that was very exciting to just bring home a project's worth of yarn. And I kind of felt like a grown-up doing that.
Yeah. Bravo.
Instead of all these single speckled skeins.
And I'm like, who
that I was
cares?
like,
Buy them all.
yeah, right.
Just buy 'em
My
all.
suitcase was bad enough already coming home.
Why didn't you use that giant one?
That's the same as the one I did take, actually. That one's just black.
Oh, because that one looks huge.
It is huge.
That's what she said.
And it was full.
That's what she said. Anyway. Okay,
Goodness.
gorgeous. Okay, I have one more thing to actually two more things to
Okay.
show. Keeping on Fancy Tiger Crafts Madeline Tosh.
Yes.
I only bought one skein of yarn when I was there.
I know. I think you were delirious.
Do you know
What's
what
your
the
problem?
trouble is? Is in the past, I've been a bit of a yarn pig in a really good way. Like I love my stash. I love every single one of them. But I find myself grabbing at things and not really having a purpose. And that's okay too. So
Yeah.
in that way, I've got a great amount of yarn I can pull from.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like doing that.
Right.
And so I fell in love with this
God, I
color.
love it.
It's called Electric Rainbow. And it's Madeline Tosh. It's a worsted.
This is so pretty.
Yeah. Madeline Tosh.
Oh, it's DK.
It's not worsted. It's Tosh DK. And so I thought my daughter Maddie, she just loves color.
So it's like a candy colored rainbow with black speckles everywhere. It's so pretty.
Yeah, so it's going to be this amazing variegated yarn.
I love it.
So that was really fun. So that was my purchase, which I love.
Yeah.
And now
it can be overwhelming when you go to a new yarn store.
that might have been it too.
And there was so many, like, they had this giant section of Woolfolk and Brooklyn Tweed and
Was he?
Quince and Co. Like, I wanted to knit with all of those,
know.
but really I feel like you should go in with a project in mind. Like, so you know what you're looking for.
Be a more thoughtful shopper.
A little bit.
Because there are lots of times, don't get me wrong, that I like PayPal, done, checkout.
Yeah.
All the time. But you're right, going in there and not knowing, like, where do you start?
Yeah.
What was that? That Woolfolk?
Shut up with the Woolfolk.
I've never knit with it.
Me either, but it was like a baby's
was like
bum.
butter.
It was so soft.
Oh, it was so nice.
Felt like cashmere.
Yeah. So I got a couple of pins, those enamel pins that
Yeah.
are really fun. I forgot to
Yeah.
bring.
No, I feel like we were, it was super fun, and it was really just fun to go to a yarn store that we weren't familiar with, and the ladies there were a blast to
were so
visit
sweet.
with,
Yeah.
and that was really fun. So it was great.
Okay.
And
Do you have any more?
no,
Okay, I
don't.
have one more thing to show. So I've been on like a DK.
This is like my jam right here. I don't know.
I've been on a DK craze lately, just because I love, the sort of in between the worsted and the fingering. So Sunrise Fiber Co. Her Instagram is so gorgeous, and it drives you.
I don't know that I follow her.
You should.
I totally should.
But you see a picture and it drives you crazy because then you're instantly tempted to go to her website. And she had this DK single.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. That is so beautiful, Jodi.
It's a DK single, which I've never seen before.
It's beautiful.
Obviously, I'm sure there's tons out there. So I got two with the hopes of making a shawl.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And this is called Iris in the Fog. And it's 100% superwash merino.
Aussie.
But how crazy gorgeous is that?
Doing? No, it's stunning. Those colors are soft and beautiful, but there's
Yeah.
personality, right? There's the raspberry and the gold and the dark purple. I think that's going to be stunning knit up.
Don't you think?
Yeah,
And
I really do.
I love a single. So
I really, really do.
So that's another thing that arrived.
Okay, I wanted to talk about a couple of fun, like, newsy things.
Okay.
And I put a couple of them on Instagram, which is awesome. But Darlene, Bags by Awesome Granny,
She is awesome.
party
Granny.
in our mailbox. She has sent,
Oh, I've seen this fabric.
right? And so
Doesn't that
we
make you look, it's that gorgeous.
each picked a bag, which was amazing and so fabulous. Darlene, you're the best.
That's got to be February's giveaway.
I know. right? And so look at this one. It's all yarn and knitting needles.
Did you think February giveaway?
Yeah, I did. So I'm not saying, February sock bash, but also Darlene sent a coupon code. So Grocery Girls 15 saves everybody 15% off in her shop. Go to Etsy. I cannot say enough amazing things about Darlene's bags.
Look at the inside of that.
Right? She's beautiful. She's
She
wonderful.
does. She's a beautiful sewist.
Look at those polka dots. So this one's
done.
super cute and fun.
I do love.
She sends everybody one of her custom zipper pulls, and it says "Bags by Awesome Granny. Respect your knitting" is her slogan, which I love. So thank you, Darlene. We love. I mean, you're such an amazing.
This one.
She's an amazing supporter of our knit-alongs. She's always sending stuff. So
thank you, Darlene.
We could not be more grateful. Thank you so much, Darlene. And so everybody talks about Rhinebeck and cool fiber festivals and stuff like Vogue Knitting Live. Canada kind of has our own massive festival, and it's in October, and it's called Knit City.
And it's fairly new. I would say 5 years is fairly new.
I believe it is only 5 years old. It's the bomb, right? We went for the first time last year. We're hoping to go again this year.
Hoping. Tracy booked a hotel room.
We have a hotel room.
Okay, so now that we have a hotel room, we can give you this tip. Even if you're not going to go, even if you're on the fence, you need to book at the atrium that's right across the street, because you can cancel within 48 hours.
I'm not sure what they're yes, you can. The hard part, I believe, is finding a convenient, because honestly, you're half a block, like you were across the street from where the event happens.
Location is key.
You can't beat the location.
Yeah.
But there is a Knit City sweater knit along going on right now. There is a thread in our Ravelry group, and Jenny, who is Sweater Freak on Ravelry, and she has the Tri-Cities Knit podcast, is heading up this, awesome Knit City sweater cow. So if you're going to go to Knit City and you want some community spirit helping you along, I feel like we'll be joining this cow at some point.
Is it to Knit City? Like knit your Knit City sweater?
Yes.
So all year.
Knit your Knit City sweater, but start early so that, it's more of not a rush.
How's your Knit City sweater that you cast on last year?
Fabulous. It's actually
in a bag.
It's feeling so sad and neglected. I love that sweater.
You know what? That means you'll go back to it.
Oh, I'm totally going back to it. I love the yarn. It's all Sweet Georgia. Oh my God. It's just Christmas. Everything came to a screeching halt. Yeah. So I can't use that excuse anymore. I need to start pulling it out and knitting on it. But that's that. And we had some amazing patterns donated, which
it's always so sweet.
It's so nice.
Well, that's how I found the Bendy Arrow. Charlotte,
right,
and her kitty Gus donated us a pattern.
Totally. Yeah. Thank you, Gus. Our friend who we've actually gone to Vegas with, and she's a party girl, Debbie Reese, sent us her Vulver scarf.
It's so pretty.
You may have seen this already. It is really, really cool. It's a really neat construction. You can use multiple gauges of yarn. It's gorgeous. Yeah. So Debbie sent one, and we're going to be giving one away. So that's very exciting.
Lucky viewers.
Yeah. And Ellie, who is Skein-Deer of the Skein-Deer Knits podcast.
Yes.
What rock have I been living under?
I know.
She's this amazing colorwork knitter. She sent us her Selbu mittens. I'm totally knitting these. This one is, and she said she's made it as a more simplified version of these traditional colorwork mittens. So I'm dying to knit it. They're so gorgeous. You will have seen a picture. We're going to put it in here.
They're so pretty.
And then Madeline Windsor sent us her Ecernia shawl. Brand new, hot off the presses. So thank you to everybody.
We're so happy to share these new projects these designers come out with. Yeah.
I feel super spoiled.
Yeah.
So we love being able to share that and spread the word of all these cool projects. But there's one that's coming up that's amazing.
Okay, this is really... Not that they aren't all special. Yeah. This is an amazing collaboration.
This is like knock your socks off. It's called Heart on My Sleeve. And it is actually a fundraiser, which is amazing. So it's got these incredible designers. You need to read the designers. Who's there?
Okay, so Shannon Cook.
Yes.
Hohe.
Yes.
Hohe. Jane Richmond.
Yeah.
Isolde Teague.
Yeah. Tanis Lavely.
Romy Hill.
Huge.
Yeah. Bristol Ivy.
Yeah.
Alexa Ludman.
Yeah. And Emily, so AKA Tin Can Knits.
Okay. So it's a who's who of designing.
It is completely who's who.
Yeah.
There's 8 sweater patterns. It is an ebook, and it's all launching February 14th. But we wanted to give you guys a heads up because it's actually all the profits, all these patterns have been donated by the designers.
Yeah.
So there's things like PayPal fees and certain, there's little fees that you can't get around. Anything over and above that, any profit is all going to the Against Malaria Foundation. Malaria,
preventable.
It kills women and children and in all these, struggling countries. And something as simple as a malaria net can cut down on these deaths.
Absolutely.
And they cost almost nothing.
Okay, so we've had a sneak peek.
Yeah. The patterns
and let me
beautiful.
tell you, you guys are going to want to look for it on release day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So February 14th, and it's called Heart on My Sleeve. We'll be able to flash some pictures for you next time and show you what that's all about.
But you're going to want to mark it down.
You're going to see it on Ravelry.
You're going to want it.
You're going to want it.
Yeah.
And I just think living in a first world country like we do, where we have clean water at the twist of a tap, and we don't have to worry about things like deadly mosquito bites, because it's freezing. We live in a freezer at this point. But it's true.
Yeah.
We feel super, super blessed. So I am thrilled to purchase this
Me
ebook.
too.
And it basically translates into malaria
I'm actually,
nets.
we were gifted a copy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to gift my copy. I'm going to keep the copy I was gifted, but I too am now going to gift a copy to someone else.
I think maybe we'll open a thread and we'll give a couple away, right?
Yeah.
You and I can each
Sounds
give one
good.
away. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. So thrilled to support it. Love this community. All of these amazing designers and their hard work it's just a project of love.
I know.
Right? Yeah.
I do love it.
So that makes me feel
Well done,
so
ladies.
great. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for including us in that so we can help spread the word. That's
Yeah.
what makes us really, really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Is that it?
Jodi, we have one more news
Okay.
flash.
Swapless swap.
Mini skein alert.
Yeah.
Woo,
If
woo.
any of you would like to enhance your collection, this is a swapless swap, which means you pay your fee, and we have chosen Stranded Dye Works.
I can't even.
Her podcast? She couldn't be cuter.
Okay, the Stranded podcast, we're talking Amy
Yeah.
of the Stranded podcast and Stranded Dye Works yarns.
She's a hoot.
Amazingly talented dyer.
Yes. So she is our choice for our swapless swap this time around. And there's a thread in our Ravelry group, and all you have to do
Yeah.
is sign up, let them know if you're international or US or Canada. And it's basically that, a swapless swap where...
Yeah, you just pay money. You don't have to make mini skeins. You just get a selection from this one dyer.
Yes.
And so Lisa of the Swapless Sock Yarn Swappers group,
Yeah.
she takes care of everything. We're going to host it in our Ravelry group, and you can sign up. And at one point, we were just continuing to add and add and add. This has a definite number of spots
Okay.
that we are not allowed to go over. You'll want to get in there as soon as you can, so you don't get disappointed.
Because it sells out quite quickly.
It does. These are super fun. Lisa's groups are very popular. She's the mini skein queen.
She
Literally,
really is.
without a doubt. She's
Can
the
you
mini.
imagine her?
No. Like, I think she's had injured elbows and stuff from
Carpal
all
tunnel.
her mini
Totally.
skein winding. But we're thrilled to get a chance to see and gush over Amy's yarn.
I agree.
And if you guys want to have a new knitting friend, check out the Stranded podcast.
I love her.
Jodi and I were watching her in our hotel room.
We'd be friends.
We totally would.
Totally.
She's a hoot.
Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like that is, and we have one more thing. Yes.
You highlighted it, so I felt like it was
I totally
important.
did highlight it. Last episode, we opened a thread for the Texture giveaway, the book by Hannah Fettig.
Do you remember we showed
No,
it?
there was almost 900 people that put their name in for this.
I don't doubt that because the book is so beautiful.
The patterns are stunning. We are thrilled to be able to give away this hard copy book, which also includes the ebook,
Yeah.
to Destined to Knit, which is Kimberly in California. What?
Yay.
So Kimberly, we're going to hope you watch this podcast and see your name. Otherwise, we'll earburn you in a couple of days. We need your address and we'll send off the book to you. And again, a huge thank you to Hannah for sending
Thank
the
you,
book
Hannah.
our way. That's crazy and awesome.
It's so beautiful.
We love it. So that's all the deets in episode 33. Thank you so much.
114.
This makes me happy.
I know, but aren't we going to do questions now?
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is the end of the actual podcast in celebration of our 1 year Grocery Girls birthday. We thought we would answer some questions for you
Yeah.
guys.
Don't
So-
you feel like we could have been princesses?
Without a doubt.
Can't we pull these off?
Pretty much. It kind of goes with everything.
I might not
But
take it
if
off.
you're not interested in our question and answer period, thank you so much for joining us.
It was so much fun.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for spending any time with us over the last year. This is the craziest, most fun hobby we've ever had.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Okay, on to the questions.
So here we go. We're going to have a mini intermission, you guys. And we'll...
So these ones, this whole pile, these ones were specifically the thread from last week, podcast work. These ones were from our thread that we had running since the beginning. So these ones were this week, and we said we would answer every single one of them.
Snowflower 596 has a question.
Yep.
And she's saying happy anniversary. Hi, Deb. Deb would like to know, do you guys get along as well off camera as you do on?
This is totally fake. Totally fake.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we can't fake this stuff. 100%. Whatever you see, and I promise you, whatever you see on this podcast is the truth.
You just don't see that when I'm bitchy.
There was some lady that asked us, she was pretty sure we were given a signature needle and were forced to say good things about it.
Why? What did she say?
She made a comment on Instagram and said, I can't possibly think you love these needles. She did not like them. And she said,
How do you not like a signature? What did she not like about it?
I don't get it. And needles are a very personal thing. I don't like certain ones that other people are in love with.
I guess.
But if we say we love something, we love it. I promise you. Everything.
There is not one thing. Let's pretend that Alicia gifted these to me. If I don't love it, I'm actually just not going to show it.
We would not show something and give a bad review.
No. So if you see it here, it's something that we love, and we're sharing it because, we're behind it.
Totally, 100%. So thank you for that question. Yes, we get along this well.
Yeah. Okay, your turn.
Okay.
Do you have another one on that one?
Sure. So it says a year ago, could you have anticipated where this podcast journey was going to take you? No. It was so embarrassing. Didn't you think at the beginning? Like I didn't tell anybody that we had a podcast. People were like, what's that?
Well,
first of all, what's a knitting podcast?
The only people our mom is the only people that tells anybody.
And Mom thinks, yes, she does. Mom likes to tell everybody.
She's like, in Denver, were you giving autographs everywhere?
She's very funny. She's very funny.
She loves us and is so proud. So it's sort of cute.
And so the question here is, what adventure or experience is each of you most grateful for?
I remember driving a few days after Knit City last year. Did you see me pondering?
Yeah, you looked very thoughtful.
I know. I remember coming home from Knit City last year, and I felt like I was still on a high. Mm-hmm. And there's something to be said about being with your people.
Totally.
And everybody is there. They all love the same thing.
Yeah.
There's this one common thread that we choose. This is our hobby. And I remember thinking, I'm so grateful to be part of this community.
I agree. Anytime we get a chance to talk to knitters, as soon as I know you're a knitter, we're instantly friends. We have
saw
so much in
crocheter
common.
in the Denver airport.
Yeah. As we're going by on the little sidewalk, I'm like, crochet.
Yeah.
But
so that being part and feeling part of this, everyone's so welcoming.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
100% I agree with that.
Yeah.
So anytime somebody says, hey, I watched your podcast, I feel kind of shy about it, but it's like, thank you. And I love the community. So that's fabulous.
I have a question.
Okay.
Don't be Hoggy Hoggerson.
OMG.
Okay, so I had one. Just a minute. I'd love to know how you met your husbands. I was a mail order bride.
I met my husband.
Oh, yours is a good story.
What?
About in the hospital. Yeah.
Okay, so originally, I was in the hospital to have knee surgery.
Yeah.
He was in a motorcycle accident and was 2 doors down. This is kind of a good story.
It is.
And so I'm in there recovering, and I see his mom go across. And I guess our mom's, his mom shops at our IGA.
She was every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
And we live in the same neighborhood. So he was a few years older than I am. I didn't really know him at all. Different school, a few years older, definitely don't know him. But I knew his mom from IGA.
Yeah.
And our moms connected in the waiting room. And then the next thing I know, I'm married.
Next thing I know, I've got a ring on my finger and I'm 9 months pregnant.
No, but I mean, my mom thought he was really cute. And he said something about, will you my mom and I were on our way to Los Angeles. And she said, will you come visit me when you're back? And so I did. It was just really, really weird. And
It's a good story.
It was a really great story. It's our wedding anniversary tomorrow. 26 years. So it's not really crazy story, but it is like, I would get butterflies when you used to come visit me at IGA, and but it is kind of weird. We were both in the hospital having surgery.
I love that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I got knocked out. No, okay, so that's partly true. So I can't even. This is going to be such a cute episode. Okay,
We just feel like we know you all.
Okay,
We're
so-
going to let it all hang out.
so I have my two, Paige and Jordan, who are 19 and 16. We've talked about them a lot. Paige was 3 and Jordan was a newborn, and my husband, I kicked him out.
Okay.
He was a cheater, Peter. So I was busy being like a single mom with with a baby and a toddler, and so
Totally.
when the time comes around, I was thinking, like, who do you meet? All your friends, or all of my friends were like married, and so how do you meet people? So online,
Totally.
lavalife.com,
Right.
and lots of chatting about leading up to meeting him.
Yeah.
He was the only one I messaged.
Really.
He was the only date I went on.
And I remember when you said you were going on that date, and
You
it
wanted
was
to
at a
come.
movie, and I was like, okay, I should probably be in the lobby. Like, what if he's some kind of weirdo,
I
or
know.
like, what if you need an emergency ride home? Maybe I should be there. And you were like,
I
oh
got
my
this.
God.
And it was almost one of those, I'm not so sure I would say love at first sight, but you felt a physical connection
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
And so that was it.
And this was at the time where online dating was kind of a joke.
It was sort of very,
It was
this
very
was
early in the online dating
13
scene.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let me tell you.
So that was amazing.
Funny story,
That's a
yeah.
good story too.
Yeah. We made out in his car.
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised it was in the car.
We got married 9 months later. We didn't. We got married. No, I say that teasingly. I do. I knew after a very short time that this was the guy, and the rest is history.
Another one of these questions on these pages says, she goes, this is kind of cheeky, but can I see your wedding picture? So if you take a picture of your wedding picture and I'll take a picture of mine and I'll put them in.
I have one tattooed.
Just remember, my wedding is 1991.
Remember
There's a
the year.
gigantic veil thing.
I loved my wedding dress.
I loved my wedding dress. I still have it. I loved it. But it's funny to see the styles of, but what
I was pregnant. You couldn't tell.
No, you couldn't tell. Your dress was awesome.
We got married in October. I was 4.5 months pregnant. I do it again. I'm not embarrassed. I tell anyone I was pregnant. Married.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Maddie was very wanted and loved. Yeah. So that was awesome. I love these questions.
Okay, next. You pick one.
Happy 1 year. What yarn festival would you love to attend?
Well, it's Rhinebeck this year.
Rhinebeck? Yeah. But I feel like since we're going there, that doesn't count.
Okay, so
Pick somewhere that you haven't, that you're not going to.
I would like to do a retreat on the East Coast in the early fall or late spring.
I would love to go to the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Scotland. I would have to bring my husband, because if I went to Scotland, he would be
mine
like,
would come too. They could golf and we'll just do yarny things.
Yes. And let me tell you, my husband's amazing with the knitting. He's willing to stop, drop, and roll if there's a yarn store. So
He's a good guy. And you know what? So is mine. He would sit on the curb and
Totally
wander
would.
for an hour.
Yeah, I feel like that would be great. So I
What a
love
good
that
person.
question. Thank you. Do you guys? Oh yeah. How and when did you both start knitting, and what item do you absolutely hate knitting?
Do we have the same sheet?
No, these are different.
I started knitting after I watched Tracie do it for a few years and thought I would love to do that.
And I started knitting. I can remember Grandma teaching us when we were little.
I don't remember that.
I do. I definitely do. But I don't. I didn't really start until my kids were in school, and I bought a book called Learn How to Knit in Less Than a Day. And I swear to God, you can still get it at Michael's. Bought a ball of yarn and this book, and it came with needles and everything. And I thought, done. Check it off the list. Learned how to knit today.
And did you love it right from the beginning?
I did love it. And I basically, it was garter stitch and Barbie blankets, and it wasn't the cool thing to do, though, I have to say. It was kind of like,
No, some people
I would
think-
not knit in public, and I would certainly not. And then I just started going to my local yarn shop and taking all the classes.
I know.
So that was awesome.
I did love taking classes. I sort of taught myself a little bit on, the very, very basics.
Yeah.
Tracie was great in that way, that if I wanted to start something I had never done, she was always right there to help. But I took knitting
Tons.
101, knitting 201, any class I could
It's
take.
very fun taking knitting classes. Go to your local yarn shop.
It is. You meet
It's
people.
so fun.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how you meet your people. And is there anything you hate knitting?
The banana hammocks can get rashy.
I have to say I'm not the most giant scarf knitting fan.
I know, it's just
It's
long.
short rows and it's forever. So scarves are not my first choice of projects to knit, but I do know you need them sometimes. So thank you for that question.
My question is, nurse, Nurse Sue. We haven't been saying who they are.
No.
My question is, when and where do you knit in your daily life? Well, I would say that I always have a little something on the go if I'm at the car wash or if I'm at a doctor's appointment, like a sock or something. And then my knitting time is usually probably between 8 and 10.
PM every night.
7:30 to 10 to 9:30.
Yeah.
I never pick it up during the day.
Yeah.
If I'm not waiting at an appointment or somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So even if you have an afternoon where you're done your work and stuff, you don't sit in there.
I don't take those. I mean, I'm not worked to the bone, but I feel like if it's a weekday,
There's always
I'm
something
at
on the go,
IGA
yeah.
doing an errand,
Yeah.
sewing.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it.
It's hard to find time during the day. But I have to say I'm also not a great sleeper. So if I wake up at 6 a.m, I will get up and knit and watch a podcast.
Tracie doesn't knit in bed.
It's not I don't find that
I love knitting.
comfortable.
That's the only place I knit usually.
I don't find it comfortable. Laying kind of.
Isn't it romantic? Knitting
Yeah,
in
it's
bed?
great. It's really nice. Here's this sharp pointing needle, honey. So I usually I knit in the evening. I don't watch TV without knitting. And in the evening, my husband and I'll like visit and watch TV or whatever. And I'm always knitting. But I'll knit till like 11 o'clock or whatever.
I like to put it down about, I'm sort of done by about 10:30. I'm not a knitter. Like, if I had a full day to do whatever I want, it would not be knitting all day.
Wow.
Would it be you?
Yeah. It would include knitting.
No, mine would include knitting,
Yeah.
but it might be an hour in the morning while I watch a movie, put it down. It might be
I can't even watch
an hour or
TV
two in the
without
afternoon.
knitting anymore. I really just can't do it.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Like I
So-
do not ever sit there and just watch TV.
Oh, no, I do.
Ever.
Yeah, I do. Because I have my idiot kids with me and they can't, like, it's just, oh my God. And I mean that with great
The most
adoration.
love.
Okay. Do you have any other hobbies outside of crochet and sewing?
Just cleaning and cooking count. Like, I don't feel like I have a lot of other crafting time. This is it for me.
I mean, there's other things that we've done over the years, because we just love crafts. I love creating and I love working with my hands.
Yeah.
And the last, long time has been knitting and crocheting.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love
Somebody
it.
wanted to know Mrs. Brown's bags.
Oh,
How long have you been sewing and what prompted you to start your project bags business?
Oh, that's a good question. Sewing, I can always remember sewing. My baba, my dad's mom.
You should tell the ultra suede story.
She's a seamstress, and she worked for Woodward's, which is like a Hudson's Bay, like a department store. And she was in like the curtains. She would be the one making all the curtains. She was an amazing seamstress.
And they had their own business. So she would come to work during the day.
Yeah.
And then at night they would do their own drapery business to other homes
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
And in the 80s, ultra suede was such a thing.
Oh my God, it was a thing.
Like, it was such a big thing. And we would, every time we would go over there, we would, make little things and sew and stuff. Well, one time I cut ultra suede out to stitch a little pouch.
Like right in the middle of the bolt. Right in the middle of the, like just a big hunk. And let me tell you, Baba was fashion lady. She was, she used to sew her own suits and she had beautiful shoes and a fabulous hat.
Yeah.
And so that ultra suede was going to be an amazing
something.
and I can just imagine. And we didn't really even think about it till years later. She said, "Do you remember when you took?"
So now you can really appreciate.
We made
that.
purses. We made little envelope purses out of ultra suede, but it kept us out of everybody's hair.
So she had the most amazing setup. She had this giant unfinished cement basement that she had these beautiful tables.
Yeah, huge cutting tables, like a real fabric store.
Like an iron with a cord from the top. She had a serger. She had 2 machines. It was so, sewing has always been part of
a crafty thing.
I used to, when my 2 older girls were little, I would make all their own flannel nighties and 2-piece pajamas. It was sort of fun for me to sort of, see the commercial bags that you see in our knitting store, and I thought, well, I can do that.
Right. And we love color.
And I thought I could do that with really fun print. So I started out with really fun fabrics, and then I had seen someone do print, a knitted swatch printable on fabric, and I thought, that's awesome. And then, more research brought me to like tons of people have been knitting swatches in all different shapes and colors and patterns and uploading them. I think this is where I'm going to stay.
Yeah.
And so that's, I counted, I have 47 fabrics.
Oh my God.
Or was it 33? Anyway, over 30.
I did count.
I
just can't remember.
There was a ton of fun. I sew with one of my daughters. She helped me draft the first pattern.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
so cool.
The rest is history. Speaking of Mrs. Brown's bags, this was a super fail.
Jodi.
Okay, so this was my first ever upload.
Love.
So when you're uploading it, all I did was click, uploaded the picture on spoonflower.com. But there's a way to adjust. You can adjust it to be smaller or bigger, and clearly I didn't do that. I think I adjusted it to be bigger.
I think so.
So this is, you can see.
Okay, I love that.
It's the size of my mouth. So I had this, I think I ordered 10 yards of it.
Do you?
Yeah.
You can make drapes.
And because it was so fast, can you see it's a bit fuzzy?
Yeah.
It's just because of the fabric was fuzzy. Anyway, so Paige for Christmas made me pillow forms.
I love it.
I had a whole bunch of pillow forms.
Jodi, that's so cute.
So speaking of Mrs. Brown's bags, fail.
I don't think it's a fail, but it's not what you were going for, but yeah. If you could, this is so great. This is so hard.
Okay.
If you could have one last meal, what would it be? I can't even tell you how much we love food, first of all.
We're love to eat.
Yes.
Not a live to eat.
Not fancy, but like a really great, when we were in Denver, we went to Chipotle tacos twice because it's not in Canada and we're hooked.
I would love a good chard on the outside, medium rare steak. You know what I love though? The sawmill steak sauce.
Oh.
And a baked potato with bacon.
Bacon? Don't you want actual real bacon?
Bacon.
And like full
it.
fat sour cream.
No,
Yes.
bacon and sour cream.
I love.
That funny?
Okay, steak gives me diarrhea.
But do you like it?
I actually do love a really great like ribeye steak with a beautiful, nice barbecue sauce and stuff. I love grilled. I love pretty much anything grilled. Grilled veggies, grilled chicken. I love all that grilled stuff. What would be my last meal? I literally...
Caesar salad would be there too.
I don't even know how you pick that. I love
it would be with my steak and baked potato and Caesar salad.
I love a really great spaghetti and meatballs. Like really great. Nothing fakey fake. Beautiful tomato sauce, handmade, like beef and pork.
In Phoenix, we've gone several times to this restaurant called Babos, something like that. I don't know if it's a chain outside of Arizona.
Yeah.
Their meatballs.
So good.
Dream about. And bruschetta.
Yeah. Pesto bruschetta, I love. So it might
I
be
haven't
something
eaten today.
It might be
I'm
something
hungry.
Italian. I just
I
haven't.
ate a cupcake.
Okay, so another question.
Yeah, go for it.
What made you both want to start podcasting? And how is the experience? Has it turned out the way you thought it would?
Tracy forced me.
Oh my God. We just loved watching podcasts. Bakery Bears, Homespun House, Yarngasm. Who were all the ones we were watching right at the beginning?
Eric was before us.
Yeah, Eric was
watched
before
Eric
us.
and watched... I mean, we still watch all of those people.
Of course we
and
do.
more. I mean, my queue is giant
I know.
for the people I subscribe to.
So what made us want to do it? We just love watching knitting podcasts, and we thought that looks like fun.
It did look like fun.
That was the end of it. That was the end of the thought process. It was bring your stuff over and we'll figure it out. We planned for one podcast. So has it turned out the way you thought or you hoped?
I couldn't have imagined.
Couldn't have imagined.
How much fun it's been.
Yeah. And it's really, I think that's the most fun because every week it just takes you down a different journey. We are flabbergasted and love how the knitting community has expanded to include us, right?
And embraced. Not just include, embraced.
Yeah. So we love that you guys spend time with us and that we, our Ravelry group has almost 7,000 people. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. So
and
we could never have hoped.
No.
Yeah.
It says, how do your kids... Oh my God. How do your kids take with you... take to you having an amazing podcast? Are they proud, embarrassed, etc.? That's a really good question.
Well, none of them are knitters, so I don't know that they even think that it's a good podcast. Like, do you know what I mean?
This was Anne Maria Wolf. That's a funny question because teenagers, you get the eyeball roll every morning. Although I have to say, my 11-year-old, she's 11, next month. My God, is she ever crabby?
Crabby?
In the morning.
Oh.
If she had lasers in her eyes, she would have killed me this morning.
Laser cat?
Holy cow. They think it's cute. My middle daughter, they think it's cute.
They kind of get the follow thing. The fact that there's 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and people following you on Instagram, stuff like that, that's, I think, where they kind of go, huh, maybe this podcast thing is more than I think it is.
Yeah.
Tons of support, though. I mean, I don't have any opposition to it. Right?
They don't watch it. Jordan watches maybe
No.
the intro, the 10 minutes.
I think Georgia likes our talking at the beginning.
And that's it.
And she likes it when we yell at her. I know she does.
Yeah, I know she has a smile on her face.
Yeah.
What do you see is your biggest knitting blunder? I don't make mistakes.
Mistakes, what are those? Biggest knitting blunder? I remember knitting projects and dropping a stitch, like I'd be several inches into something, not knowing how to fix that stitch and frogging the whole thing and starting over because it was
so easy to fix a
well,
stitch.
now that's why, you need to learn how to fix your things. Yeah. Do I have a knitting
what's that
blunder?
is that Amazing Day shawl, the one that I knit with the darker charcoal and the lighter aqua blue?
The one, Amazing Day is the one you knit for Jane out of your gradient.
No. What's that one that I was trying to show you when I was knitting? By the Sea.
Kisses by the Sea.
Okay. So when I knit Hohi's Kisses by the Sea, I was through several rows and I just thought it was garter. It was stockinette.
Oh.
That's something that comes to mind. I feel like knitting mistakes make our projects,
And I just don't think you should
feel-
get too hung up on them.
No.
So even though of course we've made tons of mistakes, nothing's really coming to mind that I think, oh, that was a disaster. My first crochet class, disaster. Total, 2 thumbs down.
But
that's
listen,
my
if
son.
I was a knitter and going to crochet, I might not like it either.
Yeah, it was a lace weight shawl, a scarf made on a 12 millimeter crochet hook.
Silk haze.
That was hard.
Let me tell
mine
you,
it went like in and out like that, and it was terrible.
well,
that was
because
my biggest
crochet
blunder.
can be tricky to find where your last stitch should be.
I was having trouble with that.
And let me tell you, me being an intermediate crocheter, struggled a little bit with that.
And you were already,
Anyway,
So that's funny. I don't even think.
did you keep it?
Jody, I pulled it out and knit it the whole thing. Don't you remember?
My God.
I'm such a failure.
I was such a tattletale. I laughed and told them that Tracy knit
sure.
it. Okay, do you have any other questions?
I do. How about this one? Have either one of you ever had a disastrous waxing experience over the years?
I do.
And first of all, I think you're my people. She says, I ask because boy, oh boy, I wish someone would have warned me before I got my first Brazilian.
Okay.
Hello? Talk about crawling, talk about awkward positions. I've done that once.
Were you embarrassed to have your hoo-ha hanging right out? A little bit.
I did not know this girl. And she's like, can you just
Open
roll
your
this way and do that way
Did you
and
have to,
lift your
did
leg?
you have to go
and- Practically. Because let me tell you, Brazilian means no hair anywhere. She's going to do her job, make sure every single hair is gone.
Did she know?
And then when it grows back, it felt so weird. I
Itchy.
can't even believe it. It was not my thing.
Okay, so
I don't mind waxing, but
I
Brazilian's
love
not my
that
thing.
story. I can appreciate it. No, I've never had my vag waxed by somebody else. But you know those wax pots you can get?
Yes.
Okay. So I had a wax pot. This was a weekend when I was single mom and my kids had gone to
This is
dodo heads. This is so hilarious. I will never forget this. So I'm sitting on the floor with a mirror.
Show
no.
me.
Okay, I put wax on down there, and it hurt so bad I couldn't get it off. And it was this big smear of wax, and I'm sitting on the floor almost in tears. Like this smear is like this long, thinking I can't do it. You pull it a little bit, and it was. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, can I just say, Brazilian waxing, I do not think is something that is a home project. That is my own personal opinion.
Well, you could have told me this
I
before.
don't know how people do that themselves. And bikini wax is no big deal. I go and it doesn't. But the ladies that do it, the experience is worth every penny, and they can get in and get out really, really fast.
I still have the wax on.
I haven't figured out how to get that stuff off. but oil gets wax off.
Okay, now it's a disco bush. I'm not getting it.
Halfway to my knees.
No, grooming, very important, but FYI, don't wax your
I
vagina.
love that you think you know us well enough we can talk about bikini waxes.
Oh,
I do
I'm
love
all
that.
over it. You ask, I'll tell.
Have you ever considered planning a knitting retreat?
Tracy,
That
you take this.
would be the bomb.
Tracy has
That's
talked
all.
about this so
I just said to
many
Jodi, that's how
times.
much, that's what we love. We love meeting people.
We love to
the
bring them
community.
together.
We love knitting. I think a knitting retreat, hosting a knitting retreat would be epic. That's why we're thrilled to be going to one.
Especially, we were thinking Banff
Yeah.
in the mountains.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
would.
gosh.
So the short answer is yes. Do we know how to do that? No. But yes, we've certainly thought of it.
Oh.
Right? It would be tons of fun.
Grocery Girls on the road.
What?
Okay. I'm not really asking a lot because I'm wearing my contacts today and really can't see.
Jodi.
But you know what the trouble is lately?
Why did you grab all these papers then?
Well,
You're
I'm-
hilarious.
The sun has been so bright on these blue sky days. If I don't start wearing sunglasses, I get such a headache
Yeah.
driving.
Can you read? Do you want me to keep reading?
Okay.
Can you read any?
Do you ever gift knit something that somebody didn't like?
Oh, sure.
I hope not. How do you know?
Well, I knit my son a hat a couple Christmases ago. I've never seen him wear it. So he's either forgotten about it or it wasn't his thing at the time. I actually think he'd really like it now. He loves the hat I knit him for Christmas this year.
You should ask him where he put that. I bet you he put it somewhere.
Awesome. It's made of Rios. It's a really cool kind of slouchy hat. But you know what? You have to me, what I think about gift knitting, you know, I pick a pattern I think they're going to love. I pick a yarn I think they're going to love. And I love knitting it for them. And then it's kind of goes out into the world and you have no control over it from them. It doesn't hurt my feelings if they don't wear it. But I do remember that for later, right? Certain people
You're not getting another thing.
appreciate and embrace it more than others. I don't think you should get upset about it. I don't
No.
think it's that big of a deal. But if somebody gives it back to you and really, I don't know.
Would they give it back? I would just say you loved it and didn't wear it.
Right.
Right?
Well, anyway.
Oh my God. Did someone ever give you back something?
No. No.
No, thank you.
No. This is, what is this? Ew.
Oh, that's so funny.
Ew.
Ew. Okay. That was a really fun question.
It was. What, okay, this is we sort of talked about this, but what do your husbands think of your notoriety? My husband's head just about popped off when someone recognized me in Amsterdam. As did mine. Come
And
on.
Jeff would be the kind of guy that
Come
would
on.
get such a kick out of that stuff.
Willamine, hi. Linda, hi. My head just about popped off, but he kind of understood.
On the street?
On the street.
And what did she say?
Tracy, is that you?
Were you like, oh my God.
No, I'm a drowned Canadian rat.
Did you look like that day?
So bad. My hair, like it was so much rain. You know what? Who cares? Put on a big smile. I was thrilled to chat with another knitter. We had a blast. And then we went to knit night together.
Yeah.
And it really
made a new friend.
We made a new friend. And then it was just sort of, it added that other level of like awesomeness to our trip. Right? Yeah, it was fantastic. So his head just about popped off, but I think he kind of gets the global thing of Ravelry and knitters and YouTube. That freaked everybody out. Trust me, that freaked me out too.
I know.
In a great way.
So where Shane gets the globalness is my bags.
Yes.
Because I'll say, oh my God, Malaysia.
You
Singapore,
he's
Dubai.
made you that beautiful map.
I got it. You know what I have to do is I have to print the feed from this last year, like one of my reports, and it tells you where it goes. I am so grateful that my bags have gone to people who wanted them. Like they chose to buy these bags and they're all out in the world.
Yeah.
And I love making them. So he's so proud.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. And he's made this amazing map, like where in the world have your bags gone.
And it's lit from the back.
It's backlit. He's this amazing builder. Like he's just so good at all that stuff.
So when you poke the holes for the countries, it's not just a map pin. It glows from the back.
Yeah, it's
so
so
that's
pretty.
really fun.
What is one thing that you've knit that you would never knit again? That's a good question. I don't really.
That you hated it? I don't have an answer to that. I mean, I stick to something that I know I would like.
Yeah. And if I really hated it, I would never have finished it. So then nothing's coming to mind. She's saying that she actually knit a bikini top. And she said I would never knit one again.
Why? Maybe it didn't fit right?
Cast it on and never finished it because she would certainly never wear it.
That's so funny.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
I love that.
Although there's the most amazing crocheted bikinis that I wear.
They fit and look good on people
that are this
that don't
big.
have boobs to hold up.
I know.
So, anyway.
I would need an extra strap around. Okay.
I prefer the cover up. Anyway, there were so many amazing questions here, you guys. Why do we podcast at my house? I don't know.
We started, and that's just where we end up doing it.
Yeah. And our friend Anne, Aloha Annie, who we actually got to meet at Knit City, she wants to know, how do you block your shawls? So I do the like wires and pins for some.
I don't ever do that.
What do you do?
Just soak them.
Yeah.
Strangle them in a rolled up towel, like stepping on them, and then just sort of place it on the table and sort of pull it out where it needs to be.
Yeah. I have to say that I've found a lot of success doing that too. So you soak it in your wash, press out all the water. I've got a couch in the middle of the room. So the back of the couch is right in the middle of the room. And I'll run the top of my shawl all the way along the top of the couch and then let gravity, I'll kind of smooth it out along the back of the couch and the gravity kind of, that's the bomb. That works great.
I think that method does work super good.
For things like crescent.
Yes.
Where you don't have to pin out little bits of lace and stuff.
I don't do a lot of lace knitting, but what I do think it's a necessity if you are a lace knitter is the blocking mats and pins.
Totally.
It's worth it.
I know. And I know it's a pain to thread the wires in between all the little ladders and stuff. I don't think there's a way to get that result without doing that little bit of work.
And you've taken so much time and effort and love going into this knitted item. You know, block it till it's full beauty.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps, Anne. Somebody said, can you quit showing so much pretty yarn? And that's a request from her husband.
Really?
Yeah. She said he's become the checkbook Nazi because she's finding all this great yarn. So he said, that's it. No more grocery girls showing yarn. And will we ever see Jodi's house? Yes. We have a great video coming up soon to show you Mrs. Brown's Bags headquarters, right?
Yeah, my husband just did a whole room for me upstairs. I was down in this little cubby in the basement because it's what worked. Kicked a kid out.
Got a whole new studio.
Oh my God. I can't wait. I'm in it, but it's not quite fun. It's not, there's things you want to put up and decorate. Yeah.
Okay, and somebody said, we hear so much about Shane. Will we ever get to see a picture of him?
Man Crush Monday.
I have a feeling he would like to remain anonymous. What do you think about that?
I'm actually, when we were talking about our husbands, I'm actually got a really cute picture. I'm going to
We may
email
have put in our wedding picture. We've already put in our wedding picture, so you've seen him.
He looks different. I like him when he's more burly and unshaven and...
Yeah. Okay, somebody else says, what has been your biggest knitting blunder? We kind of don't remember what that, like so many.
Yeah.
Have you ever debated a knitting preference like tying knots in your knitting?
I never tie a knot in my knitting. I don't even use slip knots when I cast on.
No, me either. I have to say that the knot thing is pretty, like there's not a lot of rules in knitting, but I follow that religiously. I don't ever knot things in my knitting.
I have to say
I've been taught not to do that, so I do stick with that one.
I do have to say something about that though.
What?
When I have inside a sock and you're joining for a second color, you'll always have one of your main sock colors when you finish the sock and come back. You'll have a main sock color and you'll have
Your new color.
your new color that you've done. But what I do is I tie it just once.
And I don't ever.
It's not a double, so it's a knot, but I just go loop it,
Yeah.
and then I come back on itself, and then it's just, you can see it's woven up and then back.
As long as you don't feel it, I think that's okay.
You don't feel it.
I just weave them in opposite directions, like it does.
So we're basically doing the same
thing. Yeah. So that's not a knot when you're not tying it in like a knot.
Yeah.
So I do avoid the knots.
Try if you can.
Thank you so much for all those questions. There was over 40 questions And we hope we got all of them. We really wanted to answer every single one. So that was our goal. So thanks for asking all the good stuff.
I have new swatches. Should I show them?
Sure.
They are...
So little Mrs. Brown's bags update. I love this.
Okay, so they're not bags yet, but the fabric is ordered and it's on the way. Tracy, show this
Oh
one.
my God.
This
What?
one, look at.
Oh! Oh my God.
This one is
Look at
called
that. This one's called Totally My Jam.
Come by the Sea. No.
Next time, can you wear your glasses?
Tracy.
Country Sky, it's called. Not even close.
Can you
It
see
is
how I
not-
got Come by the Sea out of that?
It is not Come by the Sea. Don't ask.
It is Country Sky.
Look at it.
The blues and the periwinkles.
Oh my God, it's so rich and beautiful.
Okay, so keeping with Hue Loco, look at this, Tracy.
Oh my God.
I know.
What's this one?
Well,
I shouldn't even ask.
No. I don't know that I have. Just a minute. I don't have that
That's
sample
okay.
of that one.
That's okay.
This is another. But
It's
look at the
amazing.
greens and purples and blue.
I love the vibrant greens with the purples in there.
Yes.
That's a stunner.
Okay, this one.
Okay.
Okay, this is Lene
I think Lene is how I would pronounce it, but I don't know for sure.
yarn, and it's her LSP, which is an Adventure Time
Stop
reference.
it.
Lumpy Space Princess. How much do you love it? It's
Okay.
so purple.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at all those colors.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I still have never watched that show. I don't know.
I don't. You wouldn't get anything out of it.
I know, but I feel like I'm totally out of the loop.
Peach.
Which I am.
Lene.
Okay, look at that.
Peach cobbler.
Oh my God.
Can you?
That is the most beautiful peachy pinky. And I just love those speckles.
Totally. And then this one.
Okay, this is. Oh my God, this is so pretty.
You know who this is?
No.
Bam.
Junk yarn.
Do you remember me talking about seeing an Instagram post and she had some yarn?
Yes, she
and
was
I
at a
said-
show.
I said, is that bulky? Single?
Oh
Could
my
I buy one of
God.
them? So this is that. I've had it for a really long time, but I launched a whole bunch of new fabrics right before Christmas. So this has been in my stash.
Okay, this is unbelievable.
Okay, so this is called Wheezy Bat.
Oh, I've heard of this yarn color.
Yes. It is a hodgepodge
Okay, so
of
it's-
the most amazing colors.
It's neon and black
Won't that be fun for
and
spring?
magenta, and like the orange is so orange that's in it.
Yeah.
And turquoise, it's stunning.
So these are new. They're photographed. They're ordered.
Oh my
They will
God.
be coming next week to the shop. So,
I love how you highlight indie dyers.
I only use indie dyers
Yeah,
anymore.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I know they get a big thrill out of getting a bag in their yarn, like the fabric.
Well, it's sort of twofold. Like, I love it because I love to support small business.
Totally.
the indie dye, they're amazing at what they do.
Yeah.
And if we can, if I can highlight, if they can, like, it's back and forth,
It is,
right?
It is the most wonderful give and give community. Like,
Isn't it?
It's not even give and take. It's give, it's beautiful.
I've got to make a blanket.
Yeah, you totally. Well, you're gonna be able to make more than one blanket.
40-some blanket.
But you can make like lap blankets, Jode, for the whole family.
Wouldn't that be cozy?
Yes, because it's all merino yarn.
Oh, it's going to be hot. It's so beautiful.
Somebody wanted to know desert island favorite. Like, what's your favorite ultimate yarn to knit with? I don't even know that I can answer that.
I guess if we're having to pick, right, I have 3 off the top.
I
but I'm
couldn't
only-
pick a company. I have to say my favorite fiber to knit with is merino wool. Whatever weight it's in, I like a good twist on it. I like sparkle and not sparkle. It is not possible for me to pick a favorite yarn.
I know.
I mean, if I had to pick a favorite colorway,
Excuse me.
it would have some kind of gray in it.
Is it 5 to 2?
This is right up there.
Oh, shitballs. I got to go pick up kids right away.
Yeah, you do. Okay, can I just say this has been a blast. I hope you guys are still there.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Cheers to one more year, starting year number 2. And thank you so much for joining us. We will see you in a couple of weeks.
Everybody. Bye.
Have a great day.